Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time doing another Disney film review. And this one is on the 2019 live action remake film Dumbo. Now, as you know, Dumbo is meant to be a fantasy period adventure film which was directed by Tim Burton and was meant to be adapted from the original 1941 animated film Dumbo. And I think after watching the original and doing my review on it and going back to this one, I can kind of see where the, the, the sort of live action remake is trying to take some creative liberties, fix things up, and going with a different approach. So the premise in this version of Dumbo is meant to take place in 1990, where we kind of see how Holt Harris returns after World War One, and we kind of see how he ends up losing his left arm, and we kind of see how his children, Millie and Joe, try to help out the best they can. So here we see how Miss Jumbo ends up giving birth to her own child, Dumbo, who, unlike the animated one, wasn't delivered by a giant white stork. And we kind of see how over time Dumbo becomes this big sensation, and we kind of see how this big, powerful, greedy tycoon wants to kind of exploit Dumbo and use him for his own personal ends. And the best I can see about the original is that it's taking the whole Tim Burton magic and obviously doing something completely different. I think what I give the film credit is, yeah, having Michael Keaton play the villain, V.A. Fallender, who's meant to have this kind of Walt Disney-like theme park. He's quick to see things as a golden ticket and so forth. I think what makes Danny DeVito work as the ringmaster in this one is that, unlike the animated one, you can really get the sense like he's trying to keep the circus from falling apart. He's trying to do what he can, the best he can. And I gotta admit, one of the most questionable casting, I think, from the film is having Nico Parker for the role of Millie. Like, it looks like from some of the times when she's talking, or a lot of time from her close-ups, she just looks like a more Tim Burton-esque version of Wednesday. I just don't think was the right choice for Millie. But I do think Millie and her brother do work better as, yeah, Timothy Q. Mouse. Like, it feels a bit more believable, like a brother and sister duo trying to be the voice of reason to the family, trying to figure things out, and so forth. But the rest of the film is trying to go with this whole, I think, a Tim Burton more realistic story, but of course has to kind of distance itself from the original. It knows it can't really be something based from 64 minutes and having to fit with what was given. And there are moments where the film does go surprisingly dark. Like, yeah, one character who kind of ends up abusing Dumbo and his mum ends up paying a hefty price. And yeah, they actually do kind of show as well how, yeah, Michael Keaton's character is kind of quick to kind of burn down his theme park unintentionally, then really hearing things out. It kind of reminds you when you try to warn someone about going on some computer circuitry. That actually goes a little darker there. But the rest of the film is just relying on a boring, hardly thought out, but trying to figure things out storyline. But I think to me is that it has its moments where it can be enjoyable. It is trying to improve itself over the original, but it suffers the same fate that I think most live action films from Disney suffer from, is a lack of true motivation. So I think to me, the 2019 film Dumbo is an okayish film, just trying to work with improving a original animated film that was meant to be short. So it definitely improves a little bit. It definitely goes a little more different from the original approach, but it still deserves 2 thumbs in the mills. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, comic book reviewer here, signing out.